research there. PTCP has concluded now that I was right. So the drone is going to go up. Almost shoelaces come undone there. But yeah, so the drone is going to go up. The new updates that they're talking about as of the beginning of July just specify around drones that want to fly in the specific category. You can still fly in the commercially in the open category if your drone is under 250 grams. So yeah, what they're talking about and the advice that they've been given is relevant to drones over 250 grams because they would present a greater risk during flight compared to a smaller drone. So it's just started bloody raining, typical that is. So we're just gonna wait for this rain to sort of trickle off and pass, and then yeah, we're gonna get the drone up and over and get the shots that we said we were gonna get. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. But just for the time being, just gonna let this rain ease off. So just to conserve some battery, I'm just going to stop the recording here. Don't think I'm going to get particularly bothered again by anybody, so I might just go wait in the reception, to be honest, for this rain to pass. Okay guys, so the rain has eased off, so I'm going to get a quick flight in before it picks up again. It is looking rather cloudy, but I reckon we can stave off the rain and yeah, I reckon we can stave off the rain and get some good footage quickly. Don't think it will take long. If it starts raining again, I'll just have to bring the drone in. Here comes the sergeant. Where is he?
Before anything even happens, notice the confidence. This isn't chaos, this isn't secrecy, this is preparation. What you're about to see is a classic clash between assumed authority and actual law. A lone auditor, a small drone, and a police station, 3 ingredients that almost always trigger confrontation. But here's the twist, this entire encounter hinges on a single number most officers don't fully understand: 250 grams. That's it. Under that weight, the rules change dramatically. And today, that misunderstanding is about to be tested in real time. As the rain falls and the drone stays grounded, the tension quietly builds. Because when police respond to drones, it's rarely about what's actually illegal, it's about what feels uncomfortable. Surveillance fears, public complaints, and institutional paranoia all collide here. The question isn't whether the auditor knows the law, he clearly does.
One records in a maximum of 2.7K. Obviously, like I said, this one doesn't have a digital zoom, so if I wanted to get like closer shot, I would have to like dip the drone lower. Yeah. But can you see where it is? Yeah, you can see it, yeah. So I've got to maintain that visual line of sight. As long as I've got that, you know, there's nothing wrong.
What site are you looking at for the commercial stuff?
Pardon?
What site are you looking at?
The CAA website, UAV Hub. I mean, at the moment, obviously, I'm flying, but yeah, the only information I could find about commercial use is if you're flying a drone over 250 grams. Sorry, you have to bear with me, so I'm concentrating on not crashing anywhere as well. But yeah, so all I could find is that the commercial to fly in, which would then put you into the specific category. Yeah. And that's for drones over 250 grams. So you can fly in the open category with anything under 20 grams, but it's all very intricate, to be honest with you, Sergeant. But I mean, if you wanted to literally give me like 5 minutes to get a sweep round, and I'll happily talk to you, but obviously I'm trying to do both at once, so it's not safe for me to do. Yeah. If you're happy to just stand there and watch.
One, to see what you found, and 2, to have a look.
See what I found. There's nothing to hide, is there? Just I just like to do shots of. So I got a nice sweep shot of the new custody unit, not at like level where I can see into the window. Got it from above, just a sweep shot across the side. Just makes for good viewing, like nice dynamic shots and that.
Do you edit all of these as well. So do you do a little, I don't know what systems you use?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like sometimes, you know, this one probably won't get edited heavily because I'm talking while flying, so the two will need to match up. But if I'm not having a conversation with anybody at the same time, then I don't include this audio, and I'll just edit the dynamic shots together and stitch them together. Just people like to get like dynamic aerial shots of stuff they don't normally get to see, really. And that's about it. So yeah, it's just
there's nothing interesting. It's just a
no, absolutely, yeah. But you know,
I saw it launch. I thought, well.
Yeah, no, I've already spoken with the sergeant.
It's suspicious because people attach stuff to drones. You don't know what's being dropped.
Yeah, that's fair enough. As I said to sergeant, no problem with anybody coming and have a conversation as long as it's done respectfully. And we've already spoken for a good half hour. Like,
it just looked really.
Yeah,
looking around as well. I thought, well.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
This is where the foundation gets laid, and it's more important than it sounds. The auditor isn't just talking drones, he's framing risk. Aviation law doesn't exist to give police more power, it exists to manage danger. That's why weight matters. A drone under 250 grams simply doesn't pose the same threat as a heavier aircraft. Yet time and time again, officers treat all drones as if they're military hardware. Ask yourself, if the law is this specific, why is enforcement so vague? What's happening here is strategic repetition. By calmly restating the rule, the auditor is anchoring the entire encounter to verifiable facts, not emotion. That's critical, because once fear enters the conversation, logic usually leaves. This is also where many confrontations begin to unravel, when officers realize the law doesn't actually.
Yeah.
So this costs, what, 250 quid?
Well, mine was 360 because I got one that comes with 2 spare batteries because they only last half hour each. So if I'm out for the day, then, you know, one battery ain't really going to cut it. Because they take like an hour to recharge on the power bank.
Yeah.
So...
Do you not get any interest with like birds or anything like that? Do they?
No, I'll tell you what, they're really intuitive at avoiding it. They're really, really intuitive with avoiding it. But yeah, hang on, where was I? Yeah, here we go. So yeah, so like, I'm only at 104 metres there. You know, I can do like a nice little swivel shot.
So I've done some looking.
So yeah, it will tell. You've heard that? It will tell me there, max altitude reach. That's as high as it will let me go. I mean, to be fair, I can force it to go higher, but it warns you. But that's the max.
I'm guessing that's about 118.
119 it stopped me at, yeah. So 120 is the max.
Yeah.
But then look, it's nice. You can just get like a nice. Well, actually, you can change the mode. So put in sport mode, which is ridiculously quick. I don't fuck around with that. You can put it in slow, but you can put it in slow mode, and you can just get like a nice sort of swivel down shot of like the whole canvas. Really, you can change like the camera angle. You know, it's just fun to play with. Really, it's just interesting. Yeah.
We went to have a skid.
Oh, where?
We went to have a skid. We didn't come to force.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, we got a big custody.
So is that the old custody suite? Just that little block there?
So that is that there.
Yeah.
Literally an old custody block. So
That's tiny compared to what you got now, isn't it? Yeah.
It's classed as super cell.
Oh, okay.
So.
But yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. So just putting it in slow mode just makes the shot a lot smoother, the turning a lot smoother.
So you obviously do a lot about cinematography and that.
A bit, yeah.
So it's got to be a bit more than just a hobby.
No, it is, honestly, it is just a hobby, you know. It's one of those things you pick up as you go along. It's...
So did you do any like courses or anything like that?
No, honestly, it's just a bit of fun, you know, and same with like the legislation I know around public order and, you know...
And here it is, the moment we all expect. Drone near a police station equals immediate attention. But notice how the officer approaches. Not aggressive, not accusatory, but curious. That tells us something. This isn't about a crime in progress, it's about uncertainty. Officers are often dispatched not because a law was broken, but because someone felt uncomfortable enough to call it in. This is where audits are most revealing. Will the officer investigate the law, or will he default to authority? And just as important, will the auditor escalate, or de-escalate? The next few exchanges determine whether this becomes a teaching moment.
So the law is no excuse because it's there for us to know. So go and learn it, and then you know you can't put yourself in a position.
You were here just as that was being built.
The fire extinguishers were going in, yeah, when I was last here. I actually came here that time because about a year before, somebody else who does YouTube videos came here, and I don't think he had all the fencing at that point. Yeah. And I think they were just around the building there in your operational car park. And a couple of your colleagues really did him in. They like kicked him in the leg, threw him to the ground under the terrorism act, and he wasn't resisting. He was like pretty much being like I am, firm in his rights and his stance.
Have you watched the video?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So you know he's not quite what he's saying.
Well,
because if you're going to go into that, I've just watched it.
have you?
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I mean, yeah. He said he didn't want to tell him what he was doing. He didn't want to tell him his details, and that's absolutely fine.
But he isn't police premise.
Yeah. So trespassing, fine. You have the right. You have the right to use reasonable force. That's fine. Reasonable force is reasonable force. Yeah. What they did was nothing reasonable.
Everything was filmed on his camera.
On his camera and on the body cameras. Yeah.
So he wasn't put to the floor at all.
All right, you enjoy. Okay, right, sir. You're under arrest for obstructing, police.
How am I obstructing? How am I obstructing? How am I obstructing? Alright, fine.
On the floor!
How am I obstructing? How am I obstructing?
Tough on you. Right, you're under arrest. Obstructing police. Section 5, public order.
There we go.
Now. Stand by. You on? Cool, cheers.
How was I obstructing?
Sorry, mate.
So that's trespass. Yeah. That's not obstructing.
No,
is it?
He's
gone to make off as well, so resist arrest.
Yep. But you're also under arrest on suspicion of resisting arrest, alright?
Yeah, because you lot are coming up to me intimidating me.
This exchange is subtle, but it's pivotal. The auditor explains visual line of sight, a requirement many officers vaguely reference but rarely articulate. He's not flexing knowledge, he's demonstrating compliance. That's a big difference. And notice how he keeps flying while talking. Multitasking here isn't arrogance, it's realism. Flying safely comes first, conversation second. When asked about legal sources, the auditor